Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's William back for another NASCAR Diecast review. And for this review, I feel that the car I'm about to review needs really little to no introduction. So here we go. Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s final ride car, the car that he will drive in his final start in NASCAR Cup Series racing. An absolutely beautiful, beautiful car here. As of course, as many of you probably already know, if you don't know, I'll explain it briefly, but most of you should know that this was the paint scheme that Dale Earnhardt Jr. had on his Budweiser car back in his rookie year in 1999 and 2000. So, very iconic paint scheme as well. When most people think about Dale Jr., they might still go back and think about this paint scheme with that iconic Budweiser red and the black and white colors on this car. Just beautiful, beautiful car. Pretty cool box here too with the Dale Earnhardt Jr. Appreciation Tour box. I actually think it would have kind of been cool if they would have done all of his cars that were released this year in this box, and that way you can kind of have like a display and a collection of all his final year cars together. But I understand that, of course, he didn't announce his retirement until after many of these cars were already being put into production and made. So the fact that he did it with this one, that's also kind of cool, something a little bit special too. So, but enough about the box. Very cool die cast here. Let's get it opened up and see how cool it really is. Alright, here we have the car opened up and out of the packaging. And as of when I'm recording this video, this is actually the Saturday before the Homestead race. I guess I should say the Saturday before the Homestead race. In other words, the Homestead race, the race in which Dale Earnhardt Jr. will make his final start, is tomorrow as of when I'm recording. So I'm going to try to have this video out relatively soon, hopefully before or on Sunday. But no, just a great car here. If I can get my camera to focus in, that would be great too. As I always seem to have those issues. But just a very, like I said before in the beginning, just very, very iconic paint scheme here. With the red Budweiser and the black and white. Just very simple, but very iconic and very cool in my opinion. You can see here we've got the Auto Nation on the back. So it's just a very, very cool looking car in my opinion. Definitely when it was announced that Dale Earnhardt Jr. was going to drive this paint scheme once again, I automatically knew I had to pre-order the car and get it in hands, whether it was a NASCAR Authentics if they choose to make it in that form, or I at least had to get it this way. They also have a special finish. I believe it's for the, of course they're making it in a 164. It's a liquid color version of this car, and I might have to pick that up too, because that looks like it's a pretty cool looking car as well, so stay tuned for that. But this is just a great looking car. So let's get right on with the review here. You've got Chevrolet SS right there on the front bumper, so I'll zoom in a little bit to see if you get a better view. There you go. So you got Chevrolet SS front bumper, 88, Hendrick Motorsports, Axalta here on the hood. Nothing, of course, up on the windshield. And then coming down here to the left side, we've got our standard front bumper contingencies sponsors here. Goodyear over the wheel well. A few contingency sponsors there. NASCAR race car. 88 there on the side. The white 88 to, of course, be like the fact that Junior had a white number 8 back when he originally drove this paint scheme. So now he's got the white 88. Mountain Dew. Axalta there. Nationwide on the quarter panel, American Ethanol ring, Valvoline on the C pillar, Axalta, Bosch, Freightliner, Mack Tools, and Siemens on the B pillar. Dale Jr. with the North Carolina flag there, as well as Hendrick Motorsports above the window net. We've got 88 on the roof. Auto Nation as the roof sponsor, which if anyone knows what Auto Nation is, let me know down in the comments, because I actually have never heard of them up until now and them being on Junior's car. We do have Dale Jr. there on the rear windshield, so that's pretty cool. Here on the back, once again, we have Auto Nation. We've got Valvoline 88 over here. Just our standard looking Chevrolet SS back bumper here, Chevrolet logo. On the deck lid, this is, I think, is really one of the coolest parts of the car. And you can see there, you've got Thank You Junior Nation, Dale Jr.'s, sorry about that, Dale Jr.'s signature, and Nationwide Insurance. Very cool little tribute there on the deck lid of the car. And then coming around to the right side, this is, of course, the same as the left side. Just a very cool car. I mean, I keep saying that, and I know it probably is getting a little repetitive, but, I mean, there's no other word I can use to describe it other than just very cool. I love the fact that he's bringing this paint scheme back, especially from the standpoint that I was never, I was, of course, alive when Dale Earnhardt Jr. drove this paint scheme and this car, but I wasn't watching NASCAR at the time. And so I, of course, though, now since have been watching NASCAR and have seen the history of the sport, and, of course, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has become a very big part of that. And so I've seen the pictures of the car and videos, and so getting to see him drive this paint scheme one final time, before he steps away from the Cup Series will just be very cool tomorrow. And it'll probably, it'll be a little emotional too, because he's just been such a great influence for the sport, whether you like him or not, which I know probably more than half of the NASCAR, fans love Dale Earnhardt Jr. I mean, heck, he's been the most popular driver for the past, 14 years. So it'll be a very emotional day for everyone, but just, it'll be a very cool moment, I'm sure, when he takes to the track in this car for the final time. And, again, it'll just be a little emotional. And, no matter what happens after the race, he will always be remembered for sure. And, he's been a great influence and part of the sport for many years now. And so, actually, I would like to say thank you, Junior, for doing so much for the sport I love and making it so great. But, yeah, that's really about it for this video. Usually I go over to the paint scheme, but I mean, come on, if you don't know this paint scheme, you've probably seen at least pictures of it. It's red with black stripes, outlined in white, black roof. I mean, that's as simple as it gets. I don't think you can really overcomplicate. I don't really want to overcomplicate it for you. This is more about just honoring Dale Jr. and what a great guy he's been. So, thank you for watching. If you liked, of course, hit the thumbs up and the like button. Comment down below if you have anything you want to ask me or want to comment on the video. And, of course, as always, subscribe. I very much appreciate that. But until the next video, I will see you all later.